I'm here today at NCAD on Thomas Street, just by Mead Street, to meet with Wilim Abrook, who's a student rep for the college. I'm here to find out his views on student activism and the importance of standing up for your rights. Thanks for joining me today, William. You're very active around the college and also outside on a range of different issues. Can you tell me the benefits of activism?
Yeah, I suppose the big draw for me and personally in activism is the idea that you can take control of things that otherwise seem insurmountable. I mean, the government's power is seen by some as absolute, but people realise that you can go out in the streets and you can make a fuss. And there's other, not just marching, like there's other direct action way of protests and kind of, lobbying and forming autonomous groups and stuff. I think one of the most important ways for me, because I obviously have a strong interest in politics and in kind of what I see as injustice around the place, but I don't want to be a politician at all. So to be able to form an individualist, autonomous group that can act on its own, and you can have discussions with a wide group of people and then act as individuals.
In your opinion, where do you see Ireland in the next few years?
Yeah, Ireland is well and truly ruined at this stage, and it's not even like, with enough protests we can stop these cuts and stop this from happening. Like the country has been ruined and it's completely destroyed, and it is essentially because of the actions of a few trying to protect a few. And they weren't taken by surprise by the recession. There's they've known exactly the economic consequence of what they were doing for a long time, and now we're left in a situation where kind of our generation has been destroyed and ruined by the generation above us because just because of greed and lack of foresight. The idea of people liking Bertie and wanting to hear what he has to say and reading the paper and all this, it's kind of sickening that people can be conditioned into thinking that he's a cheeky chappy and that's a good thing. And maybe it's an Irish thing, like we like the idea of a chancer and see that as a good thing. And yeah, he's certainly a chancer, but he's also a criminal who ran the country completely into the ground. Brian Cowen's paid more than Barack Obama. These things are things that we're only starting to notice now because we're starting to give a damn. And it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is.
What can we as students do to help this economic climate?
It's a very unfortunate truth that when people are comfortable, they don't care about their rights as much. They don't care about the rights of their fellow citizens. It's a sad thing that the shit has to hit the fan before anyone notices. But I don't know, maybe in future, in 10, 20 years, we can try to prevent this from happening again. But I think as soon as people get money and people start to get comfortable, they just stop caring. So that's not the situation now. So you're going to start seeing people naturally care. The important thing is to get them to not vent their anger, but to start discussing the issues and start trying to work out new ways around the problems rather than just taking to the streets and rioting, which is obviously the worst case scenario. If you actually care about something enough to get out in the streets, then get out in the street. But if you're just going because you think it might be a bit of crack, think to yourself, like, what's the point in you actually going out, and then try and think about the issues a bit more. You can be an activist for as long as you want and not be a politician and kind of try and get some importance from these points.